some of the classic vehicles worth a lot today. Especially if only a few examples of the particular model are left in good condition. Although the early cars can no longer be seen in the streets, they are probably sitting in a garage of a millionaire. Unlike today's vehicles, these vintage models were sweet, well, at least some of them. Let's check out 10 cutest classic models. 10. 1908 Ford Model T. The Ford Model T was the pioneer of the auto industry, and this list cannot go without it. It was the first mass-produced vehicle, and the Model T came with a 2.9-liter four-cylinder engine which delivered 20 horsepower. Whereas the top speed was about 40 to 45 miles per hour, the Model T looked just lovely. 9. 1955 Mercedes Benz 300 liters. The Mercedes Benz 300 SL was inspired by the race car W194. It featured gull-wing doors, fuel injection, and it was the world's fastest car that featured advanced technology. For the mid-1950s, under the hood, the modified V12 engine was used and produced 215 horsepower. Today, the 1955 Mercedes 300 SL is one of the hottest collectible models with prices between $1 and $2 million. 8. 1964 Ford Mustang. The Ford Mustang is the name that lives on, and it has become one of the most iconic American cars. Since the sales of the two-seater Thunderbird were low, Ford abandoned this philosophy and produced a four-seat Mustang, which gained popularity in James Bond movie Goldfinger. The starting price of this car was $2,368. 7. 1931 Bugatti Type 41 Royale. Ettore Bugatti assembled the Bugatti Type 41, and it was 7,000 pounds heavy and 21 feet long, making Royale one of the largest cars in the world. Bugatti wanted to produce 25 examples and sell them to royalty in order to make it the most luxurious vehicle ever. But this was the time of the Great Depression, and even the wealthy were unwilling to pay $30,000. 6. 1938 Delahaye 165 Cabriolet. The Delahaye 165 Cabriolet debuted at the 1938 Paris Motor Show, and its design stunned the crowd. When it was presented at the 1938 New York World's Fair, it remained in the States. The reason for that was World War II, because when it started, the ownership of the car was questioned. So, they couldn't ship it back to Europe. The show car was displayed without an engine. But once it went on sale in California, it got a V8. 5. 1938 Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B. The 2900A race car was detuned to become the 8C 2900B, and it was a consumer vehicle. The engine's life expectancy was extended, but the horsepower had to be reduced from 220 to 180 horsepower. The 2900B was offered in two wheelbases. This model has been auctioned at Pebble Beach, California for $4,072,000. 4. 1958 Ferrari 250 TR. The Ferrari 250 TR was in production between 1957 and 1958, and a 1957 Testarossa has been sold for $16,400,000 at an auction, which is the world record. The body design was unconventional, but the vehicle had outstanding aerodynamics. The red color looks excellent on this model. 3. 1959 Facel Vega K500. The 1959 Facel Vega HK500 first used a 5.8-liter V8 from the FVS that was good for 335 horsepower, but it was quickly replaced with a 6.3-liter V8 from the Chrysler. The new engine delivered 360 horsepower, and the top speed of the Vega HK500 was 147 miles per hour. Furthermore, disc brakes were offered as an option, but they became standard almost immediately after the car went on sale. Some of the notable features included a panoramic windshield, power steering and power brakes. 2. 1925 Rolls-Royce Phantom 1. The Phantom replaced the Silver Ghost, and it came with a pushrod OHV straight-six engine which had 3 cylinders divided into 2 groups and 1 detachable head. 3 years after it debuted, the Phantom I switched from cast iron cylinders to aluminum. But this caused multiple issues, one of them being the corrosion. 1. 1961 Jaguar E-Type. The production of the E-Type started in 1961 and it went on for the next 14 years. This car was beautiful, and at the time, it was also affordable. Some of its features were disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, monocoque construction as well as an independent coil spring rear suspension. The 3.8-liter six-cylinder produced 265 horsepower and allowed the E-Type to reach a top speed of 150 miles per hour.